Home is a place where you live, a place where you're from. It can be the place where you were born or the place where you're raising your family. For about 70,000 people, home is a place called Turlock. Bathed in warm California sunshine and surrounded by the most beautiful farmland on the planet, Turlock is a fantastically diverse community that cherishes tradition and welcomes newcomers. Some families have deep roots here that extend for generations, but many more have chosen to make Turlock their home. For work or retirement, to teach and to learn, to raise a family, build a business, and enjoy all life has to offer. They've come to Turlock. They've come home.
Why are you living in Turlock? And I say, because I love it.
We looked at Turlock, and from day one, we fell in love with the town. We drove through downtown Turlock. It just felt like a good old American town where we wanted to live and raise our daughter. This is the place to come and live and raise our family and build a business.
Because of, Turlock's a really cool, small, compact town. It has a nice vibe to it. And whenever I came on my job interview, I knew that if they offered me a job, I would take it. And they did, so here I am.
What creates that unique feeling in Turlock is the balance between large and small, old and new. Turlock is big enough to have all the amenities families look for in shopping and dining and recreation. But we also still have our small town soul.
My mantra is this: it's not about me. I feel like we're better together. And that's what I sense in Turlock, because there's a togetherness that I experience here that I have not experienced throughout the country. And I've been all over the world pretty much. And this has been a place that has afforded me a connection.
I like to continue staying in Turlock for many more years to come, enjoying the endless benefits that we have in this community. And I encourage you that, yes, you may have too many choices where you can go, but you should really pay attention to Turlock. You won't be disappointed.
We welcome you home. One of the advantages of living in Turlock is access to all of the amazing natural and man-made attractions Northern California has to offer. From the majesty of Yosemite to the bustle of San Francisco, from body surfing in the Pacific to snowboarding in the Sierra. From the Gold Country to Wine Country, Napa Valley to the Silicon Valley. Whatever you're looking for, it's only a short drive away.
I've kind of described Turlock as California light in a way that you get to experience all of Northern California's really interesting and rich treasures, from Yosemite and Lake Tahoe and San Francisco and the coast. But you can do that without having to pay the price. So my family and I can afford to buy a house and to live a comfortable lifestyle while also being able to go out and access and have all these wonderful opportunities in the area.
Turlock is so centrally located to some of the most beautiful parts of the world. We're not too far away from Yosemite National Park, from Lake Tahoe, from Monterey and Carmel, California, from San Francisco, from Sacramento, Napa Valley. So what other community can offer you this outstanding location that you can visit so many places in such little time?
I love the fact that I'm so close to the Bay Area. I don't want to live in the Bay Area. I don't want to live in the traffic. I don't want all the drama that goes along with living there, but I do want to visit. So my wife and I, we take these periodic train rides, and we ride on the train, and we get the Wi-Fi, we do all this stuff, we take all our little snacks, and we go to San Francisco, and we hang out 3 or 4 days, and we get enough of it, and we come back to peace.
I don't have to travel 50 minutes by subway, bus, car, train. It's here. So why not take advantage of the opportunity that's here?
Some of the things people appreciate most about Turlock are things we don't have. Turlock doesn't have snow, sleet, and freezing winters, and doesn't have thunderstorms, humidity, and tornadoes in the summer. What we do have are long, sunny, dry summers, mild winters, and the freshest locally grown fruits and vegetables you'll ever taste. For folks coming from the Midwest, that's a very pleasant change.
I think what really got me excited about coming to California was the second time my house was struck by lightning. And it caught on fire, and I was standing outside that day and I said, Lord, get me out of here.
The main drive for me to move to this area is the weather. I get sick and tired from weather in New York City. Every day is something different, and the summertime is humid, and wintertime is cold and crazy. So we moved to the area here, very nice weather, enjoyed that.
No worry about tornado season. No worry about hurricanes. No worry about big, huge thunderstorms. So it's a huge relief that almost every day you can go enjoy breakfast out on the patio or go and jog and go and take a walk. It's a very beautiful place.
The first summer I was here, it was sunny every single day. Like even seeing a cloud was a bit rare. And so that was really surprising because you could make plans 2 weeks out in advance and know that you can keep them. And so the climate here, it's not humid, it doesn't get too cold, it doesn't get too hot. It's just kind of a perfect balance in terms of having a predictable and pleasant climate to live in. But at the same time, if you want snow, you can drive an hour and a half and get to snow. You can, if you want coastal beach fog in the summer, you can go do that. So you have a predictable climate here, but also the opportunity to expand on that and to mix it up some if you want.
It's also the perfect climate to grow fruits and vegetables in. In fact, California's Central Valley produces the majority of domestic produce found in stores across the country. But it's a lot fresher in Turlock.
What I was surprised about in Turlock was the fact that this is an agricultural society, and I've never lived in one. And coming from kind of like an urban city, suburban place back there in Kansas City, I was kind of surprised that it was so welcoming and warm, you know. I am absolutely turned on by the fresh fruit and the fresh vegetables that I can get at any time. Friends who grow their own gardens welcome us. We can just glean from their gardens. The farmers market that's here with fruit I've never seen before.
For parents considering a move to a new city, there are always concerns about the kids. Is the community safe? Are there activities to keep my kids engaged and interested? Is it friendly? And the bottom line question, will it be a good move for my children and my family? In Turlock, the answer to all of those questions is simple. Yes, this is a great place to raise a family. Just ask someone who was raised here.
Growing up in Turlock was wonderful. You know, in those years when we were kids, we of course wanted to experience bigger cities and see what else was out there. But now looking back at that time, I know that this was as wonderful a place to grow up as any. We were surrounded by great friends, we were surrounded by great teachers, and then years later when I attended Cal State Stanislaus, I had great professors, so I was lucky to grow up here.
Walking to school, especially for my daughter, she started junior high in the 6th grade. It's a little bit different here in Turlock. She was not able to ride or walk to school. Traffic was a little bit too high for my liking, and the distance was a little too far. However, here in Turlock, living within close proximity of the junior high, she's been able to ride her bike almost every day or walk. And then she's had good friends that she can walk with. I feel very safe.
My kids are involved in soccer. We do recreation soccer, swimming. My daughter does gymnastics along with dancing. So we keep very busy, but again, it's because there's so much out there for the kids.
Turlock has 26 parks where friends and families meet and play. And when kids get interested in a particular subject, Turlock's location puts all that Northern California offers in reach.
Whenever my kids have a newfound interest or passion, we can expose them to that. My son, for example, right now is all about lighthouses and shipwrecks. And so living in Turlock, I can expose him to both of those without in a way that I couldn't do in other places that I've lived. Like in Nebraska, there's no white houses. There are no shipwrecks.
We moved from Moreno Valley, California, which is in Southern California, in October of 2013 for a job change. I was commuting 68 miles from Moreno Valley to Carson, California. I previously worked at CSU Dominguez Hills and wanted a change. I wanted to be more involved in my children's life and in my home life rather than getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and getting home at 9 o'clock at night. I did not see my family at all except for weekends or holidays. We were looking for that work-life balance and we absolutely found it here in Turlock.
Educational opportunities abound in Turlock. The city has a high-quality public school system and a number of parochial, charter, and private schools to choose from. Turlock is also home to California State University Stanislaus, also known as Stanislaus State, which provides a number of fantastic benefits to students, university employees, and area residents alike.
One of the main concerns when I moved from big city, from New York City, coming to Turlock is a concern about, education level, and the kids couldn't have a good opportunity to, have a high academic grade and achievements, but I see different. They meet the kids from different culture, and then the school, as they provide them with a high education, they involve a lot of activities. I love it.
After high school, some take advantage of the outstanding education available at Stanislaus State. With one of the most beautiful campuses in the California State University system, nationally ranked California State University Stanislaus offers students a top-quality education and university experience in a friendly, personal setting.
People talk about choosing a university where students can get personalized attention from their professors and not just be one of many hundreds of faces sitting in a classroom. CSU Stanislaus is one of those rare places where you can get that, and at the same time, what you pay makes it a fantastic value.
Going through the interview process, I asked why I should come here. The answer I got was the people. The people are the best part about Turlock, and the people are the best part about CSU Stanislaus. And after a year and a half, that has held true.
The university has expansive grounds right in the middle of town, and it's like working in the middle of a giant park. With the water features and the different trees, and it's just a really scenic, beautiful campus that I was very surprised by when I first came out here on my job visit. I remember taking pictures of it and texting them back to my wife, saying, "Hey, look, this is what this looks like." And so, the town tends to use the university as a bit of a anchor for this part of the city, and people bring their kids out and they play with their dogs and they walk their dogs, and it's just the town uses the university as if it were their own, which it is.
Lulu likes the park and likes the university. Yes.
For working professionals and business owners looking to relocate, Turlock pencils out. The community is business-friendly, supportive, and welcoming. Whether industrial or retail, manufacturing or professional, small or large, creative entrepreneurs can find the land, capital, and skilled workforce they need to be successful. And for professionals coming to Turlock to work for the area's long-established top employers like Stanislaus State and Emmanuel Medical Center, Turlock provides an intellectually and professionally challenging environment at work and a relaxing quality of life away from it.
Coming into the town and all the remainder of the business licenses that we needed to get and the inspections that we needed to get, be that through the fire chiefs and the building inspectors, everything went pretty seamless. They made life easy for us. They didn't put up red tape. They didn't try and stop you at every single chance that they could. They worked with us pretty easy, and we got the place open in a pretty good a lot of time.
The local government and the local chamber, they were extremely friendly to new businesses relocating into town. For new companies, it's very easy to relocate. It's very easy to find friends and advisors. Turlock has been very privileged for the fact that it has enjoyed an amazing and unusual relationship with the local government and the local university as well.
The community here is very welcoming. They opened up their arms to perfect strangers that we were. We came into this town not knowing much. We met a couple of the bank representatives, banks that we do business with in town. They very easily took us in and made us feel welcome and made us feel part of the town, just made us feel that we were long-time business owners in this town.
What I love about Turlock is that it's a small-knit community, and yet it's starting to grow every year. I love the fact, as a business owner, I feel like we get a lot of support from our Turlock residents. And then not just that, maybe we're getting people from all around the area. When we opened up Cazuelas in 2005, we had no idea we were getting ourselves into as far as the support that we had from Turlock, from the community. There were days where we had to shut the doors or we just couldn't handle it anymore, which is a good problem to have. But again, it just to show you that Turlock people are here to support you.
With its active outdoor lifestyle and low-stress way of life, Turlock is a healthy place to live and work. And to keep you healthy, Turlock is blessed with an excellent healthcare infrastructure, including quality primary care physicians and specialists, and an outstanding local hospital in Emmanuel Medical Center.
My entire family receives healthcare in Turlock for the main reason that there's a big Assyrian community, and so it's very easy for them to receive healthcare because of all the different Assyrian physicians that we have in the area. My grandma especially feels so much more comfortable going to an Assyrian physician.
The crown jewel in Turlock's healthcare system is Emmanuel Medical Center. Opened in 1917, the hospital has been the heart of healing in the community for nearly a century and has brought advanced treatments and technology to Turlock. Emmanuel is home to the Emmanuel Cancer Center, a comprehensive cancer care facility that includes radiation oncology in partnership with Stanford Healthcare.
My mom was treated for breast cancer here at Emmanuel Cancer Center. My mom was lucky. She had a breast tumor that was caught very early, and of course she's convinced that was because of the skill and intellect of the doctor who treated her and all the technology that was available here at the Cancer Center.
In addition to the Cancer Center, Emmanuel also recently opened a dedicated open-heart surgery operating suite and other high-tech operating rooms. The hospital has an advanced cardiac care unit and is the only designated heart attack receiving facility between Fresno and Modesto.
Just a few months ago, I had what people would call a pretty invasive surgery. Everything went beautifully. It went as beautifully as it could have gone had I gone to UCSF or Stanford, and I couldn't have been happier with the care I got here at Emmanuel.
The hospital here, it's not a big, huge hospital, also not small. It's a good-sized hospital. You have all services, and we have a good support with the staff and the administration. I can say with my own experience when I was in New York, it's a big city, a lot of stress. Nobody sees you there. When you come here, you see a different, big, huge difference when the hospitality, people, how they treat you, and people enjoy that you're here giving service. They appreciate that, patients appreciate that.
A professional coming here would be pleasantly surprised. There's a high level of professionalism with the Cancer Center here that's aligned with Stanford, the research that's going on there, kind of cutting edge conversations that I've had with several doctors. Plus you see everybody in Costco or you see them at Rayleigh's, and everybody's like regular people, and it does feel like there's a community here.
Living in Turlock, you'll find a lot of great dining and shopping options, but none more vibrant than the city's revitalized downtown. Taking advantage of the historic Main Street core, the city and merchants and even Stanislaus State, all working together, have created a dynamic shopping and dining district, a destination downtown.
Yeah, Turlock's got a great downtown. There's things going on downtown all the time. There's farmers markets in the summer, and then there's the 4th of July parade, the Christmas parade, the Christmas tree lighting festival. It's just a really cool small town vibe. It's safe, it's cute, it's fun, but it's also, you know, a bit of Turlock history. It's Turlock heritage. This is where we were and this is where we are now, and it's cool to have both and to be able to experience Turlock's history in a more modern and current artsy almost vibe.
What I found very charming was downtown, some of the antique shops, some of the cafes, some of the European type feeling, small scale feeling with character. And I was used to that living in Paris, finding those niches, and finding them here was a treasure.
Turlock has other shopping areas as well. And anyone craving a mall experience can find that just up the road. What Turlockers don't have to leave town for ever is a great meal.
It's really interesting that many weekends when my wife and I go out dining in Turlock, almost every time we found friends of ours from the Modesto area in Turlock, and I asked them, what are you guys doing here? I said, well, you know, this downtown is just inviting. The restaurants are fantastic, and we just love to walk.
My wife and I hired a sitter and we went out for a date night this week downtown. Had dinner in a courtyard cafe, Limo. Went and got some coffee, strolled down to a piano bar, walked around the university's art gallery downtown. And there are some Indian restaurants that we love here in town, some Chinese restaurants.
We are originally from Middle East area with a lot of Middle Eastern restaurants that she enjoyed. And also have Italian, you know, all kind of food that we enjoy here.
We've been very fortunate to get the opportunity to open up a business here in downtown Turlock, and just to be a part of this awesome city. I honestly would not picture us opening a business anywhere else. We're very happy that we chose Turlock.
As the home of California State University Stanislaus, the Carnegie Arts Center, Turlock Community Theater, and the Stanislaus County Fair, Turlock has the kind of active and innovative arts and music scene you'd expect to find in major metropolitan areas. But there's one major difference. In Turlock, the arts are accessible to everyone.
The exhibits at the art space on Main also celebrate individual artists, such as some of the professors here, and to go and see the art and also to be able to speak to the individual who made this art, it was for me very, very gratifying. I was allowed to look at the art, to contemplate it with my own time, my own thoughts, my own feelings, to process it. And I spoke to the artist and said, well, this is what I feel, and this is what I think from this piece of artwork, and I'll tell you why.
The mainstays of the Turlock art scene are the Turlock Community Theater, where nationally and internationally acclaimed artists perform in the 1,000-seat venue, and the Carnegie Arts Center, whose recent exhibits have included Ansel Adams, Picasso, and Alphonse Mucha, as well as local artists.
Recently, I was able to go with my son's class to the Carnegie Arts Center, and I thought that was really awesome that we could all get on the bus together. I could chaperone and learn about the arts along with my son and his class. I think that's a huge deal. It's not something that I was able to do before with his class, or that it was not an option.
So it's very, very interesting to see the Carnegie be part of families' lives, be part of living artists' lives, be part of musicians and students' lives, all in one place.
My wife and I really enjoy having access to the Carnegie Arts Center in downtown Turlock. It brings in some really cool exhibitions and different series from time to time. It allows us to experience the arts without having to go to them. We can experience that right here in town in a way that we really couldn't in other cities we've lived in, especially not cities this size.
Turlock is also home to the Stanislaus County Fair, which attracts top-name performers and bands to town every summer.
Stanislaus County Fair is actually hosted right here in Turlock, so we end up getting some pretty big name acts out at the fairgrounds periodically, as well as some other pop and country and comedians, actors who perform at the Turlock Community Performing Arts Center. One
of the first things newcomers to Turlock notice is the diversity of the community. It's not necessarily what you expect in a city of just 70,000 people.
I didn't realize that we would have such a diverse community here, and people from all over the world are here. And I thought that only happened in heavy urban core, but it's here because, you know, history of farmers and growers here from all over the world, and that was encouraging to me.
It's been happening in Turlock since the town began, as members of one ethnic group after another discovered the beauty and bounty of the area and put down roots. Today, Turlock and the surrounding area boasts big Assyrian, Portuguese, Sikh, and Hispanic populations, and has large numbers of residents of Japanese, Italian, and Swedish descent, among many others.
I was born in Iran, like so many people in the Assyrian community in Turlock, but I was 4 years old when we moved to Turlock. So Turlock is definitely my hometown. And we moved here because my grandparents were looking for a place in America that kind of resembled the old country. So of course, the heat, the dry weather, and the wine grapes. They saw that people grow grapes here, and they were in.
So while visiting Turlock, in many of the visits, we started to become familiar with the large Portuguese demographic that was in town. That was a big plus for us because both my wife and I are Portuguese. That was one of the immediate draws to this town.
The good thing about Turlock is very diverse in cultural difference here. People from different backgrounds, and they very high tolerance for different people, and this is a very positive thing about Turlock. My kids see all kids from the same age from different backgrounds.
Turlock is diverse in terms of having different ethnicities and religions and different cuisines, of course. But Turlock also does well in terms of the neighborhoods. The individual neighborhoods also tend to be quite diverse.
It's one big community. There's so many different cultures here in Turlock, and it's fantastic. But they are as welcoming as we could have hoped. You know, we have made quick friends. We've made friends that will last a lifetime. Our children have made friends that will last a lifetime.
The city of Turlock has always had a rich and active spiritual life. The community was first settled by Swedish immigrants who brought their evangelical free faith with them. Turlock grew more and more diverse, of course, but spirituality remained an important community feature and an attraction to people looking to relocate in the area.
It was important to know that we could move somewhere where faith is a part of the culture.
We came from Castro Valley, and a church there that we'd been members of for 45 years. So that was going to be a major change in our life, and so when we came, we found that Turlock has lots of churches to choose from. And we did do a little bit of church hopping, looking around for church, and we found one that we felt, the Evangelical Free Church, that was similar to the church that we came from, and we've kind of plugged in there and enjoy being there.
For people considering a move to a new community, the thought of leaving a longtime church home can be difficult. But with the number and choices of churches in Turlock, people who relocate here find they're quickly embraced by a new spiritual family in a new church home.
Hispanic churches, Portuguese churches, African American churches, Anglo churches. One of the things that I've been embraced in a community of diversity, whereas in Kansas City, I never experienced any of that.
Friendships, we've established wonderful new friendships. We have a church home that we feel very welcome and comfortable in.
For seniors looking for an excellent quality of life, Turlock can be a godsend. It's a walkable city that's easy to get around. It has good shopping and outstanding restaurants. In Turlock, you'll find excellent healthcare and senior living communities, including Covenant Village. It has an active art scene and values spiritual life. The mild weather encourages a healthy, active lifestyle. But most importantly, it's a friendly community.
It was kind of difficult for us to make the move for leaving friends and church that we'd been members of and been involved with for so many years. We lived in the Bay Area, there in Hayward, Castro Valley area for most of our married life. And we found very rapidly that this was a warm, friendly place. We had no trouble at all making friends, and we're embraced as new people here. And it's a very pleasant place to come to and to enjoy friendships and just interaction with other people.
We have our favorite little restaurant now, and every Thursday morning we're there. If we're not, they ask us the next time if we're okay. So that's really special, to know that you are on a one-on-one basis in a community. You don't get lost.
Turlock boasts several excellent senior communities, including a number of independent living and assisted living facilities. Covenant Village is one of the popular choices.
We love living here in Covenant Village of Turlock because it's just a very nice community. It's a safe community. There are so many things to do besides living in a very comfortable apartment. There are many activities provided by the activities people, and there are lots of choices. There's transportation provided to various places, and I think most of all that really drew me was the Christian influence and the friendliness of the people.
My husband has taken advantage of all of the exercise equipment, and he is doing great. He's had 2 broken backs, but because of the excellent physical therapy program that Covenant Village has provided, he's up and walking again.
I love the fact that Covenant Village provides a warm water pool for water exercise and swimming, good shower facilities.
I met some friends who like to play golf. I played golf with them more than I played golf anywhere else, really.
Lulu loves the parks in Turlock. There's some beautiful parks around Turlock High School. There's places, and there's even a little restaurant over there called Lulu. And that place we go to once in a while.
I feared leaving a community where I had so many wonderful friends. So I feared moving down here and losing those contacts. It's been fabulous establishing new friendships, and I'm finding we're never too old to do that.